Okay. Video requests. Going back home from work.
Tampa Bay is looking to take a 3-1 lead in its best-of-7 NHL Eastern Conference final tonight with the New York Rangers. After dropping the first game in New York, the Lightning's offense has roared to life. Mike Babcock said goodbye to the Red Wings and the city of Detroit in an emotional meeting today with reporters. Speaking in the Red Wings dressing room, Babcock thanked the Detroit owner Mike Ilitch and said he went back and forth on his decision 100 times before finally choosing to become the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And if Canadian tennis star Eugenie Bouchard can break out of her current slump, she has a good chance to make a deep run at the French Open. Giacomo, that was the CBC News and Sports. Bon weekend.
Yes, to you as well, Lawrence. Collisions on the go, Saint Laurent, Rideau at Sussex, and O'Connor at McLeod, King Edward Avenue at Somerset Street East, and King Edward as well at St. Patrick. Slow going, 417 westbound from Metcalfe to Bayshore, and eastbound is busy from Pinecrest to Saint Laurent. We're at 10 degrees, partly cloudy, wind from the west at 31, gusting to 43. Tonight, partly cloudy, drop down to 0 with a frost advisory in effect. Windy as well from the northwest at 30, gusting to 50. For tomorrow, mainly sunny, a high of 19, and on Sunday, mix of sun and cloud, and the high, 26.
It's humongous. A giant. It's tall, 144 feet.
Those students from St. Joseph's in Arnprior can now brag of a record-breaking giant right in their backyard. The Nature Conservancy of Canada has declared that the tallest tree in Ontario is in a patch of old-growth forest in the northern corner of Arnprior. The eastern white pine stands 47 meters, or 154 feet tall. The students weren't the only ones excited at this morning's celebration.
We're from Ottawa, and we saw the announcement that this ceremony was taking place today, and we just thought we should drive up and see what it's all about. So this one looks a little bit skinny, but definitely the tallest, and the bark is quite impressive too. The bark is thick, very textured, and there's no branches near the ground, and when you look up, it's a little bit scary because it's quite windy today, so it's quite moving a lot. And it's a little bit emotional to be close to something so old. It's, I don't know, there's something that happens that can't be put in words, I think.
I came over today to take a look at this tree because I was, having grown up in northwestern Ontario, I was a little cynical that perhaps, they just hadn't looked at all the trees in Ontario. But when I did arrive today, it was a pretty impressive surroundings that I stepped into. The interesting thing about it is that it's surrounded by so many other trees that are just so high and so old. So it's a world of old growth in here, and it's quite wonderful.
I'm Ali Giroux. I'm the Assistant Conservation Biologist for the Nature Conservancy of Canada in Eastern Ontario. It's really hard to comprehend, especially when you're looking up. I actually get dizzy looking up. But it's comparable to, it's actually larger than a 13-story building. I mean, it's just so excited, like, how cool is that? We have the tallest tree in the province on one of our properties, and especially this property was being slotted for development, and so the community recognized how important this area was, and they wanted to see it protected, so they campaigned. They spent countless hours volunteering to fundraise and get money to save this property, and so we're just lucky enough to have come in after they had done all that work, and now we're here to manage and protect it for the long term.
That was Ali Giroux from the Nature Conservancy of Canada. It has crowned an eastern white pine in Arnprior, the tallest tree in Ontario. It's 5:42 and you're listening to All in a Day. Well, Montreal musician Bougat has just released a new album. After recording 3 albums in French, Daniel Russo Garrido, the son of Mexican and Paraguayan immigrants, switched to Spanish. Now, in a moment, Daniel, aka Bougat, will be in our studio. But first, here's a track from his new album, Neo Reconquista. It's called En la Montaña.
Highway.